What's up, you guys? Adam here with 2740 Solutions. Welcome back to another video. It's the beginning of the month, so we are going to hop into the new manufacturer incentives for a lot of your favorite car brands. We're going to be starting today with Toyota. What I mean by manufacturer incentives is the different types of financing or cash or other deal offers that the manufacturer, such as Toyota, offers to incentivize you to buy their car, and especially finance through them, because not only do they make money off of selling you cars and selling you other warranties and other things like that, but a lot of times they will potentially make money off of financing the vehicle or of you financing the vehicle with them. So with that being said, we have my laptop here. We're on toyota.com/incentives. Now, if you're going to visit toyota.com, make sure you hop in and put your zip code in, or at least the zip code close to where you're going to be registering the car, because that'll give you the regional incentives that you need to actually have your personal deal. I know that for mine it says Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Obviously, I'm from Tennessee, or I live in Tennessee right now, so that's why I fall within that group of 4 states. If you lived in California or on the East Coast, I'm sure your incentives may be slightly different, and that's due to supply and demand, and obviously they're going to make the deals different to move units depending on the demand, depending on the supply. I know that some cars that Toyota sells even sometimes sell for over MSRP for a regular car, believe it or not, because they're so hot in certain areas, specifically Tacoma. So with that being said, just tap the screen so I can continue to make sure I'm in the frame. Getting used to my GoPro Max here. But anyway, so I got my trusty whiteboard here. The 4 Toyotas that we're going to be checking out today, all 2020 model year. They are the Tacoma, the 4Runner, the RAV4, and then the RAV4 Hybrid. The reason I chose these 4 cars or these 4 vehicles today is because, in my opinion, the Tacoma and the 4Runner are Toyota's kind of mainstay SUV truck. Just tons of people have them. They haven't changed much in a while. Super reliable. There's always a constant demand for them, no matter what Tesla's coming out with, no matter what Lambos are out there, no matter what the cheapest car on the market is. Everyone always wants a Tacoma or a 4Runner, or is at least considering them. So that's why we picked those 2. And then, if we're being honest, the new RAV4 that was redesigned for the 2019 model year looks awesome. Now, it is into 2020 now, and they made some cool upgrades. For instance, the TRD off-road package for the RAV, which replaced the Adventure. I thought it was so cool that I actually went ahead and replaced my wife's. She had a kind of a daily driver. It was just a cheap Mitsubishi, and it did the job, but then it seized up on the highway. So we ended up needing to replace it very quickly. So luckily for us, in the month of May, Toyota was running a 0% special on all regular RAV4s. So we went ahead and hooked up a deal, got that car for a little bit under MSRP, got a couple other little packages on top of it, but financed it all for 0%. So that's free money, that's free money right there. So let's hop into it. So I have my calculator so we can run some numbers on some of these deals, so you can kind of start chewing on, seeing how much of an impact a different APR or annual percentage rate has. And then we can also look at, taking the APR offer versus the cash offer, because a lot of times these manufacturers, they'll say, hey, you can take this cash off, or you can take this great or good rate, or maybe it's not a good rate. So that's why we're going to start actually doing some tentative deals on here. If you guys want me to actually work specific deals on the channel, then I can certainly do that. It would be the best if someone would say, hey, Adam, I want a 2019 Corvette. This is the one I want. See what the best deal you can work for me. And I can even call dealerships too. So, don't get me started. Everybody knows I love to buy cars, love to go to dealerships. So, once I'm done with the Army, that's what I'll be doing. Anyway, let's hop into it. So, we'll start out with the Tacoma up top here. I'll be writing in the deals, and then we'll move on from there. So, getting used to this GoPro. I feel like there's a setting to keep the screen on, but we'll figure it out later. All right, so the Tacoma. So the Tacoma, from now until I believe it is August, until August 3rd as of now. Sometimes they extend these a little bit, but yeah, let's see. For the Tacoma, the 2020, the 2020 Tacoma, it looks like the cashback offer is $1,250 off. Now, that's Toyota. That's coming out of Toyota's pocket. Big Toyota. The dealership, in my opinion, should mark it down a little bit. Now, like we said, Toyotas are selling like tacos. That's why they're called tacos. Anyway, they should be taking a little bit off the price, in my opinion. If it's not a super niche car, they should be selling it for a little under MSRP. So, cashback offer, $1,250 for the Tacoma. And that's what we're working right now. So we'll make a little line here, and then we'll start Tacoma for now. So we got the $1,250. All right. So looks like it says excludes 2 trims though. So let me just check in here real quick to make sure we're not excluding 2 of the best trims. Hopefully it's just the TRD Pro that it's excluding. That's what we run into sometimes. They'll a lot of times exclude the best trims. So we're going to go ahead and say that they're excluding the TRD Pro because, as you guys know, the TRD Pro is one of the most popular trims that they have. So TRD Pro, probably Limited might be excluded as well. But I know the TRD Off-Road, the TRD Sport, the 2 hottest, most volume selling Tacoma trims are included in this. So let's get into the APR. Remember, this is your interest rate if you are going to finance the car. Now, obviously, if you're going to pay cash for this car, you would obviously want to take the cash because these APR only apply if you're going to finance the car. So the first APR offer they have is 1.9% for 60 months. So 1.9% for 60 months. And for number's sake, we're going to use $10,000 as our balance that we're financing, just so that we can compare apples to apples, and we're not comparing a $27,000 truck to a $37,000 truck, and then it'll get a little wonky. So what we have here is my 2 charts. I got your monthly payment chart right here, and then I got your total paid on the loan chart right here, which actually speed up our math. Kind of forgot that I made this one. This is actually super convenient. So when I get into sales, hopefully this is all super readily available in my brain. Love quick math, but I'm in the Army, so I got to focus on other things. Anyway, so 1.9% for 60 months for a $10,000 truck. We'll just say it's $10,000 for now. Remember, we can multiply those later. So 1.9%, 60 months, $10,000 truck. That monthly payment, we'll go with basically 2% right here. So at 2%, 60 months, that's going to be $175 a month. And it is going to be $260, about $10,516 over the life of the loan. So you got $175 a month, $10,516 over the life of the loan. Now, remember that $516, that's how much you're paying in interest, which for $10,000 over 5 years, 60 months, not too bad. 1.9%, especially right now during challenging economic and health times. That's pretty good. I'd say that, 1.9, 2.9 max on a regular car, that's probably where you want to be at. Now, if you're looking to get that monthly payment a little lower, Toyota is also doing 3.9% for, just wrote a 6, but I meant a 7, for 72 months. So that was our first deal right here. Boom. Remember, $10,000 truck. Boom. So 3.9%, 72 months. That's going to give us a monthly payment, we'll say 4%, 72 months, $156 a month. So it did, in fact, lower our monthly payment, which is good. A lot of people are monthly payment focused rather than life of the loan focused. So if you're focused on that, and that's something that you prioritize higher than your overall value, then, so be it. So that's $156 a month. And $11,264 over the life of the loan. So in this one, you guys can see that we've more than doubled our finance costs, because remember, this is still a $10,000 truck. We've gone up from $516 over the life of the loan for the interest that we're paying to $1,264. So more than doubled. I would say that's almost 2.5 times the amount of interest, because remember, it's a higher interest rate and it's for an extra 12 months. So that really doubles down on your finance charges. Now, 3.9%, it's about as high as you want to get on a new car if you have good to great credit. We're going to have subsequent videos talking about how you might be able to still be pretty aggressive with your financing and get a good deal, even if you have either super young credit or if your credit is less than good. So with that being said, I know you guys are like, oh, you can't buy a new Tacoma for $10,000. So let's say that you were going to buy like the base model Tacoma. So that's $30,000, let's say. Say you bargain them all the way down to $30,000, or you're going to finance $30,000. That's probably about the lowest amount you're going to walk away with a Tacoma, unless it's like a 2-wheel drive, 4-cylinder, like access cab. So most Tacomas, I'd say, are between $30,000 and $40,000, and then there's a good amount that are between that $40,000 and $45,000. So we'll do a $30,000 one, and then we'll do a $40,000 one, because I don't want you guys financing too much unless you really find that good 0% deal. So we're just going to do some quick multiplication. I should probably erase this real quick to just,